Hey y'all, it's Siobhan Muir. Welcome back. I know it's been forever and a day and then a week after that. Anyway, today I am going to do a recipe that has been given to me by my good friend B.A. Tortuga. She suggested the Gluten-Free on a Shoestring book, and so we've been using it religiously almost to make new goodies that we can all eat, because Muirlet number one has a gluten allergy, and given that she does, it's not much fun to eat food that your friends just sitting there, or you and your kids just sitting there going, boy, that looks good, wish I could have some. So I'm trying to change my baking so that it helps those folks that have a gluten allergy. So what we have been doing is changing our baking, and today we are going to make plain bagels. Ooh, yummy, yummy stuff. So, we hope. I've never done this recipe before, but I have done some of the other recipes in this book and they turned out pretty good, so we're gonna go for it. All right, so the first thing you're going to do, or I should probably list the things you're going to need. So, what you're going to need is 3.5 cups of gluten-free bread flour. Now, what's interesting is I have 3.5 cups of all-purpose flour, but there's a recipe on page 21 of this book that mixes the flour, whey protein, and tapioca starch. That makes the bread flour, so you don't have to go out and buy special bread flour. So you can actually use gluten-free all-purpose flour, mix those other two things in, and you can get your bread flour. So that's what I've done here. It's all mixed together. All right, then you're going to need 2 teaspoons of instant yeast, 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar, 1.5 teaspoons of kosher salt. There will be hot water involved. I haven't gotten it out. It's not here on the table. 6 tablespoons of unsalted butter at room temperature. I use salted butter because I don't want to futz with extra salt. So it's usually, and besides it tastes better. It just tastes better. Then there's going to be a bath for boiling, which is about 6 cups of water plus a tablespoon of molasses. You're going to add molasses to your water. Never done that before. We do have molasses, I think.
We do.
And then you're going to make an egg plus a tablespoon of milk beaten together for an egg wash, but that'll come at the end. All right, so the first thing you're going to do, other than make sure that you have a dough hook on your mixer, whether it's a hand mixer or the KitchenAid, and you're going to set your oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about 204 degrees Celsius. That way your oven is ready to go, even though I suspect this will take a little bit longer than that.
Probably.
Whatever. In the bowl of your stand mixer, place 3.5 cups of bread flour. So, would you hold on to this? Yeah, thank you very much. I want to make sure this is in there. 1.
Always getting there.
Like that. Just trying not to do that. That's the sprinkling.
Sure thing, Mom.
Uh-huh. Think that's enough? Close?
If not, I can use this tool too.
Yeah. Three.
Yep.
And then set that aside. The reason why we did 4 cups is it made the recipe a lot easier to manage, and then we could get the proportions right. So here's some extra. And again, we did make a mess, but whatever, we'll be fine.
That's what cooking's all about, right?
Right. You just scoot it over to the side and call it good. All right. Then to that you will add yeast, That was hard.
Oh yeah, so hard.
Granulated sugar. And use a handheld whisk to combine very well. This way, you get it all mixed together. You get all the dry ingredients mixed together. I need you to hold the book.
Okay, I can hold the book.
Thank you, because I can hold this. You get all the dry ingredients mixed together so that when you put all the wet stuff in, now remember, don't put in the salt yet. According to this recipe, you put in all the other ingredients before you add the salt.
Oh, I should probably get warm water ready. We need a cup of that, yes?
A cup plus a tablespoon, yeah? All right. Then it says, add the salt and whisk to combine as well. So they want you to get most of the dry ingredients together and then add the salt last. One thing I do appreciate about the bowl for the KitchenAid is it is very deep, so you can kind of fling this stuff a little bit.
You've got a cup and a tablespoon whenever you want it.
All right. Okay, so there's the salt. All right, and then it says add the warm water and the butter and mix on low speed with your dough hook. So just add it in there. Good. And then we'll peel this apart and we'll add the butter, which is nice and soft and ooey gooey. Although my hands are sticky. One of the things I have in common with my father is I don't like my hands all sticky, which is funny because I bake. All right, and then lock it and put it on, it says low speed, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speed into
Low until combined?
yeah, mix on low speed with the dough hook until combined. And after it's combined, we raise to medium speed. And I'll set a timer for 5 minutes. Stay.
I will say one thing is that that's nice about the gluten-free baking book is that I've been using my KitchenAid that I've had since I got married.
Did you say that's combined?
Yeah, more or less.
Okay, raise it to medium and we have to do this for 5 minutes.
All right, so she's gonna set the timer. I'm gonna put this on medium, which I'm going to, on mine, I think I'll set it to 6, that should be medium. And we do it for 5 minutes, which beats the living daylights out of it.
5 minutes ago.
All right, so the timer went off, so now we stop it. Now what it says is spray a silicone spatula lightly with cooking oil and scrape down the sides of the bowl. Yeah, that's not going to be an issue for us. As you can see in the bowl, there's nothing stuck to the sides. It's all good. Cover the bowl with plastic wrap and place in the refrigerator to chill for 10 minutes to make the dough easier to handle. Can't imagine that not being easy to handle, but all right, we'll follow the directions. We'll do what it says. So what we'll do is we'll did it not go off? How did it not? There it goes. I'm like, it's really holding on to that. Mine. We're gonna set this to the side and we're gonna just kind of lock it there so it doesn't go anywhere. And what we'll do is we'll take this and
Dreaded plastic wrap.
Muriel doesn't like plastic wrap.
It doesn't like me. It's mutual. We are not friends.
All right. So we will cover this with plastic wrap. Make sure that it is tight. And then we will put this in the fridge for about 10 minutes, and then we'll take it back out and we'll start manipulating it. So I'll see you in 10 minutes. All right, so bring this thing out. Not sure what 10 minutes is gonna do. It doesn't feel much chilled, but that's what it says.
Ta-da! Do you want to keep this or can it be trashed?
I don't know. It doesn't, I don't think we're going to be using it again, but who knows? I've never done this recipe before. I can smell the yeast.
Me too. It smells kind of yummy, actually.
It does.
I'm going to...
All right. So there's the dough.
Do you want me to move the bowl? Okay, you're gonna move the bowl.
I'm gonna use the bowl. Okay. So it says, transfer onto a surface lightly sprinkled with flour. Sprinkle the dough with a little more flour and turn it over on itself a few times. So.
Do you want any more than that?
No, I think that's okay. Making it, you're supposed to do this, right? I hope so.
It's actually sticking together pretty good.
Yeah. Which is pretty impressive because it's gluten-free. I hope I'm doing it right. That's what it says. Turn it over on itself a few times.
I think that's perfect.
All right, and then it says, using a bench scraper or sharp knife, divide the dough into 8 equal pieces. All right. I mean, sure, absolutely. Start with cutting it in half. If nothing else. And then now I'm just kind of trying to make this a little square, so at least it's more or less equal. Because the worst thing you do is you're like, well, okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Work on this piece. Fitbit's like, oh, I'm so excited. Okay.
Funny.
All right.
So excited for lunch tomorrow.
All right, so 8 equal-ish pieces. All right. And then it says, working with 1 piece of dough at a time on a well-floured surface. There's some flour down there. Thank you. Flatten the dough into a, they said a disc, so I'm gonna smush it all together again. And then kind of round it out, and then kind of go, meh! Ta-da! Look at that. Flattened into a disc. Sort of ish. Then it says, pull the edges toward the center of the disc and secure the edges together by pressing them between your thumb and forefinger. So like,
I guess so.
like this?
Oh, they're little ones.
Well, granted,
They're
there's
gonna get
yeast,
bigger,
remember?
yeah.
So, all right, and then turn it over so that the other edge is on the bottom, and cup your hands around it to coax it into a round shape. Place the round of dough on a lightly floured surface and cup 1 palm around it. And then maintaining the side of your hand, begin to move your hand in a circular motion while gently coaxing the edges upward.
Okay.
Okay. Place each round of dough 2 inches apart and place a floured finger, which you're going to do because I have long nails. You're going to do in the center, press down to the bottom and move around in a circular motion like this until it's 1.5 inches. So see your finger there. Right, all the way to the bottom, all the way to the bottom. There you go. And just kind of, yeah.
I'm going. All around the mulberry bush, the monkey chased the weasel. The monkey thought this hole's getting big. Pop goes the weasel. How's that?
Oop. Well, you know what? Let's not booby hatch all our work, right? Let's
Nice.
actually, what does it say? What we're going to do is we're going to make 7 more of those things. But instead of putting it on the tray, we're going to boil it in the molasses salt water. Because it says, place the ingredients of the molasses salt bath in a medium saucepan and bring it to a boil over medium-high heat. Place as many of the raw shaped bagels in the boiling water as can fit without crowding and boil them for 45 seconds only. That's it. Remove the boiled bagels from the bath and return to the baking sheet. Okay, so again, I'm going to kind of smush these things together like this. Okay, and then flatten. Well, there's no point.
It's gonna be a big one.
Maybe I still fold it in like this. Flip it over and you cup it. Remember to cup it.
I won't forget.
Like that. And then this was the one where I'm using both hands. They say use one. I'm using both hands. I don't care. And then you stick the finger in there and then you, and I'm going to work on these while you do that.
Just so it doesn't fly off my finger.
Aww.
Of course, that won't account for the fact that it might fly off that direction, but... Okay. I guess I should probably keep going.
Well, you're wanting to get to 1.5 inches in diameter, and that's barely an inch, is what I'm saying. And so that's what, at least that's what the recipe says. Now, is it really? So,
Oh, okay. I understood what he meant.
so what we're doing is we're just going to do a whole bunch of this, and until we end up with a whole bunch of these all together. So what I'm going to do is we'll be back as soon as we have all of them more or less done, and then we will start to boil. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to prepare the bath that you put the raw bagels into. And one of the things you need to do is you need to add 6 cups of water, which is what's in there. I'm not sure I would just add 6 cups, but we're following the directions as required in a medium saucepan. And then you have a teaspoon of salt and a tablespoon of molasses. I have never used molasses in my life for this sort of thing, but I will use molasses.
It is the world's stickiest substance, even stickier than honey.
So the water will be golden. That'll be kind of interesting. And you want to make sure this is boiling over medium-high heat, which we are going to do. All right, there's a tablespoon of molasses.
Nice.
Yeah. This will be really interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna get it off my finger.
Good luck.
Okay, so the nice thing is it melts pretty well in the water, so that's good. But this will be really interesting. Okay, once this goes to a boil, it says put as many in as you can. The first time doing this, do one at a time. One of the things that I've learned from Mr. SM is he used to make bagels, regular gluten-filled bagels, and he said that the problem is with putting more than one raw bagel in at a time is that it starts to spin together, and then you don't know which one went in when and how many, 45 seconds, and so for your first time doing this, like I'm going to do, we're going to do one bagel at a time. It might take a little bit longer, but in the end, I think we'll have a lot more success with our bagels. And again, you're supposed to boil this thing for about 45 seconds. Only 45 seconds. So we have this tool that we can put in the bagel and, that sort of thing. So, and she's got the timer. So as soon as this thing starts to boil, and it's getting there. As soon as this thing starts to boil, then we'll start the process of boiling bagels.
I'm so excited.
It's kind of exciting, yeah. I mean, because according to the recipe, it says, place the ingredients of the molasses bath in the medium saucepan, bring to a boil over medium-high heat, and then boil them for 45 seconds, turning the bagels over gently. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll throw it in there, boil it a little bit, flip it over, boil it a little bit, flip until that thing goes off. Take the thing out and stick it back on the cookie sheet. I learned somewhere that it was actually supposed to be cooking sheet, but everybody says cookie sheet, and I'm like, because you put cookies on it, and I'm like, I'm gonna stick with cookie sheet, whether it's cooking or not. So there you go. It's a cookie sheet.
Other people call it baking sheet too.
Oh well, baking sheet makes a lot more sense, but it's a cookie sheet because you put cookies on it.
That's what I was. As far as I was concerned, you put pastries, cookies, scones, whatever. Cookie sheet.
It's cookie. It's
been that way my entire life, so why should I change it?
These look good.
I know.
I'm excited. All we have to do is get this thing to boil, and once it boils, then we will do our thing. All right, looks like it's boiling. So I guess we'll start with the first one. You ready?
Oh, there it is. Now it's boiling.
Okay, we'll start with the first one, and we'll throw her in there.
Okay.
And then we'll flip it over.
I thought it was 45 seconds per side.
No. 45 seconds total. And then we'll...
You're right. 45 seconds total. I see. Uh-oh.
I know, it's breaking apart, but... We're trying!
You have 10 seconds.
We've found that shorter is better with baking bagels.
3, 2, 1.
All right.
Ah, and it just broke apart.
No, it. Okay, ready? Start. Let me know when we hit
30? You're at 30 right now.
No, about 25.
25.
I figured do split the time in half.
10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Alright. Oop.
Flip over! Get over there.
Alright, let's do one of the big boys. Ready?
Yep.
Alright. Let me know when we get to 35.
Okay. $35.
Okay, I'm at 25.
$25.
Okay, 15.
$15.
05.
Okay. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Alright. Ready? Go. Again, 35.
Yeah. $35. $25. Almost. $15. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah. Get in there.
$35. $25. $15. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Actually, you know what? Let's just do that.
$35.
This works.
25.
20.
I was like, I was second off.
I'm a scrounger.
I happen to be a scrounger. 15. I'm about to end. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. $35. $25.
I think it works better to do them individually.
15. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Alright, last one.
25. 25. 15. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right. There you go. We have fully boiled bagels. Okay. Now, according to the remove the boiled bagels from the bath and return to the baking sheet. Brush the tops and sides with the egg wash that you make. And again, the egg wash is a single egg plus a tablespoon of milk beaten. All right, I'm right here.
Oh, I was thinking you want to use the
We can use that one too.
Judy Patootie
All right.
blue one.
All right, so we've already got the egg wash. It's with milk and egg. And that's when you just brush the tops of these with the yum. This, I'm hoping, between the egg and the milk, will give it a lovely kind of dark brown patina. That would be really nice, if that's what this is supposed to do.
That one's good. So excited.
Me too. I'm excited to see if this works, especially with the molasses bath. Molasses, really. That seems kind of unusual, doesn't it?
Yeah. I'm so disappointed this one broke. It is what it is. Can't have a perfect one every time, right?
Well, and it's our first time trying this. You know,
Right.
next time we do this, it might be easier and different.
They got bigger, I think. Some of them.
They should, given that the yeast in it should help them swell. All right, I think we're good. Okay, so what it says is put this in the center rack of your oven and cook it. How long did it say?
I'm working on it.
Get a hot pad here.
Ah, okay. For about 18 to 20 minutes.
We are at elevation, so what do you think?
Can we start at 20 and decide from there?
Actually, I think we should start at 18 and see how it is, and then we can always add time.
Okay, cool.
All right, so. All right, we'll set it for 18 and we'll see and we'll check. Okay, let's see how this looks. Look at those. All right. Look at those bagels. You know what? They look like real bagels.
They do.
And then it says, remove from oven, allow to cool briefly before serving. That's the extent of it. Oh, they smell good. They do smell good. I wonder if next time we could put the egg wash on and then add sesame seeds too.
Or
But-
poppy seeds.
Or poppy seeds, yeah. So that's it.
I bet we could do a double batch.
Here, Mom, let's do more work. Oh yeah, that sounds awesome.
I love you very much.
Well, I mean, it would just take longer with the boiling for the water, and oh yeah, it's hot. Now you know what we could do. We could probably take it off and just stick them on the thing, but I think it's a success. We'll have to let you know. I'm not gonna rip open a hot one right now, burn my fingers and my tongue to tell you how good it is, but they look pretty good. Matter of fact, in terms of homemade bagels, they look as some of the best we've ever made. So, I guess that's it. I guess that's it. So, thank you for joining us, and I hope you have a good idea of how to make gluten-free plain bagels. Again, next time we make sesame bagels or poppy seed bagels, we'll add it with the egg wash, and you can just sprinkle things over. But I think they're a success. I will have to let you know how they taste, however. But they smell good. They smell really good.
Hello, dinner.
Hello, dinner. Anyway, so please, 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 and thank you for joining me. I know it's been a long time, but please, please, please subscribe to my channel and ring the little bell to let you know when new videos come around. And then,
Hit
yeah.
the like button too.
Oh yeah, hit the thumbs up if you like gluten-free plain bagels. Yeah, so happy making, happy baking, happy eating, and happy reading. Talk to you later.